What is the main function of a dressing for a wound? A. Improve appearance. B. Protect against disease. C. Reduce decay. D. Prevent insect infestation. The primary objective of insect pest control in the plant healthcare paradigm is A. Augmentation. B. Suppression. C. Eradication. D. A mortality spiral. Which of these pruning methods does the arborist use to reduce the branch to a comparatively weak point? A. Undercut. B. Reduction cut. C. Topping. D. Heading cut. The removal of an excessive amount of interlateral branches causing a poor distribution of foliage is A. Lion tailing. B. Crown reduction. C. Pollarding. D. Espalier. During tree installation, it is determined that there is 2 inches of soil over the structural roots. The root ball is measured to be 14 inches deep. How deep should the planting hole be? A. 14. B. 13. C. 12. What type of meristems produce cells which increase the diameter of the tree? A. Primary. B. Secondary. C. Residual. D. Pith. A tree is damaged heavily in a storm and there are only a few branches remaining. What is most likely the appropriate pruning cut to try to save the tree? A. Reduction. B. Heading. C. 3-cut. Water movement within the tree between different aged cells is what type of transport? A. Axial. B. Longitudinal. C. Osmosis. D. Radial. What macronutrient most often has the largest requirement for the health of trees? A. Iron. B. Sulfur. C. Potassium. D. Nitrogen. Healthy fronds on palm trees shall not be removed if possible if they are less than what angle to the stem? A. 45 degrees. B. 90 degrees. C. 120 degrees. D. 180 degrees. The ideal soil ratio for solids to pore spaces. A. 20 hours 80 minutes. B. 35:65. C. 40:60. D. 50:50. When trying to identify as to species a deciduous, broadleaf tree, one of the first things to look for is whether the tree A. is evergreen or not. B. has opposite versus alternate leaves. C. is short or tall. Which of the following is true? A. Insects that feed on trees usually feed on a specific part of the tree. B. Insects that feed on trees are normally green in color. C. Insects that feed on trees can be expected to switch to other trees when the availability of the tree they are feeding on runs low. Which of the following trees is not considered to be a native species in Connecticut? A. Green ash. B. Scarlet oak. C. Eastern white pine. D. Crimson king maple. Moving from the outside of the tree inward through the trunk, which of the following is the correct order of tree tissues? A. Inner bark, outer bark, xylem, phloem, pith. B. Outer bark, inner bark, xylem, cambium, pith. C. Outer bark, inner bark, cambium, phloem, pith. D. Outer bark, inner bark, cambium, wood, pith. In an integrated pest management program, the most important thing to do is A. Never use any pesticides. B. Allow the calendar to guide your pesticide use decisions. C. Know your plants and know your pests before making a decision. When applying an insecticide by means of a spray application, a good rule to keep in mind is A. Pollinators are usually a problem to the tree. B. It is best to avoid applying insecticides while trees are in blossom. C. More is always better. In the soil triangle, the three corners are A. Moisture, organic content and mineral component. B. Air, water, solid component. C. Sand, salt, clay. D. Sand, silt, clay. Which is the following is true about photosynthesis? A. It needs oxygen to supply it with energy. B. It only happens in the leaves. C. It can happen in the dark. D. It is a key reason why trees are so competitive. It is important to know how individual kinds of trees are different so that you can A. Have a better understanding of the insects and diseases that tree is prone to. B. Better match a tree to its needs in terms of soil and light. C. All of the above. Which of the following symptoms might indicate a girdling root? A. Copious sap flow from a wound. B. Stunted branches lower down on the tree. C. A tree flat on one side as its trunk goes into the ground. D. Bulging growth just above a constriction on the trunk. A series of small holes in a horizontal line on the trunk of a tree is good indicator of A. Shot hole disease. B. Sapsucker damage. C. Trunk boring insects. D. Asian longhorned beetle. Cation exchange capacity is A. A major safety concern in tree care. B. The reason that photosynthesis works. C. A serious problem in oaks. D. An important characteristic in soil chemistry. Pine trees are A. Reliably identifiable by their needles. B. Similar to spruce trees in terms of the shape of their needles. C. Closely related to hollies and rhododendrons. D. Should never be planted by the shore. Oak trees are A. The largest trees in Connecticut. B. Resistant to cankers. C. Do not get attacked by the two-line chestnut borer. D. Generally monoecious. Water tends to run more quickly through sandy soils than clay soils because of A. Capillary action. B. Cation exchange capacity. C. Gravity and pore space size. D. Clays are water repellent. When a tree is struck by lightning. A. The tree is seldom damaged. B. The damage to the tree is almost always immediately obvious. C. The lightning sometimes causes damage that cannot be seen right away. The phloem of the tree. A. Is found next to the xylem of the tree. B. Is most important for its role in reproduction as part of the flower. C. Can be seriously damaged when a tree is girdled. D. Is the main part of the tree that leaf miners feed on. Soil pH. A. Can be an important factor in tree health. B. Is measured on a scale of 1 to 14. C. Is a way to measure the phosphorus in the soil. D. Both answers A and B are correct. A canker, when used in connection with a tree disease, is A. Growth on the trunk of a tree, sometimes called a knot. B. A very serious form of verticillium. C. A blockage of the tree's vascular system. D. A localized degradation of the tree's bark. One potential cultural treatment for dealing with tree disease is to A. Apply herbicides around the base of the tree to keep down weeds. B. Properly prune a tree to encourage good air circulation through the crown. C. Water the tree thoroughly on a daily basis. Which of the following trees meets this description? A tall, often straight tree with capped, striped fruit and with an alternate leaf and twig pattern and pointed lobe leaves? A. Black cherry. B. Red maple. C. Pin oak. Dutch elm disease and verticillium wilt have which of the following in common? A. Both are spread by insects. B. Both attack a wide range of trees, of many different genera. C. Both can spread rapidly through the tree, through the vascular system. American dogwood is called an understory tree because A. It is a small tree that does not dominate in the landscape. B. It often grows well in partial shade and, in the woods, often grows underneath taller trees. C. Big things can be expected from small trees. D. It has few insects or diseases that affect it. The eastern tent caterpillar. A. Is known for its ugly, fall nests. B. Can be distinguished from the gypsy moth because the eastern tent caterpillar has a double line of blue dots. C. Can be distinguished from the gypsy moth because the eastern tent caterpillar has a distinct white line down the middle of its back. How far out from the base of a tree does the root system typically run? A. To the drip line. B. Until it meets competition from other trees. C. It depends upon many factors, include soil composition and fertility, moisture availability, and the health of the tree itself. Which of the following describes a compound leaf? A. A leaf with two petioles. B. A leaf with open stomates. C. A leaf with several leaflets, such as a leaf of an ash tree or a horse chestnut. D. A set of leaves bundled together, like those of a pine tree. The largest tree in Connecticut is A. The Dutch elm. B. An American sycamore. C. The Charter oak. D. The pin oak. Which of the following terms refers to the growth area of a tree? A. Internode. B. Meristem. C. Xylem. D. Phloem. Which of the following is not a function performed by the bark of a tree? A. Insulation. B. Prevention of moisture loss. C. Protection against insects and disease. D. Growth of new wood and xylem cells. Which of the following play a direct, active role in transpiration? A. The stomates. B. The cambium. C. The root cap. D. The heartwood. Which of the following parts of a tree play a direct, active role in the movement of sugar-enriched sap throughout the tree? A. The root hairs. B. The cambium. C. The phloem. Which of the following types of organisms cause diseases in trees? A. The bacteria. B. The fungi. C. Nematodes. D. All of the above. When determining whether or not to apply a fertilizer to a tree, one should A. Look closely at the tree for signs on nutrient deficiencies. B. Sample the sap of a tree for nutrient content. C. Take a soil sample in for evaluation. D. Choice A and C. With scale insects and also the hemlock woolly adelgid, in which stage of the insect's life cycle is the insect most vulnerable to treatment with horticultural oil? A. Mature stage. B. Crawler stage. C. Egg stage. When looking at a bag of fertilizer, what does NPK stand for? A. Nitrogen, phosphorus, krypton. B. Ammonium, potassium, calcium. C. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. D. Ammonium, potash, calcite. We get a week of bright sunny days in February in which the air temperature goes above freezing while the ground remains frozen. What might you expect? A. A superior fruit crop come summer. B. Severe root damage on native trees. C. Dried out foliage on certain evergreen plants. Which tree might you recommend to someone who wants a shade tree, doesn't want a conifer, doesn't want nuts or messy fruits and wants it to grow near a pond? A. Red mulberry. B. Flowering cherry. C. Black gum, pepperidge. What part of the tree grows vertically? A. The base of the trunk. B. The middle portions of the trunk. C. The very top of the tree. D. The top and bottom portions of the tree. What is the name of the symbiotic fungus that often lives on tree roots? A. Armillaria. B. Phloem. C. Mycorrhizae. D. Meristem.